Linking on my brain.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And before we get into this next video, I really want to ask you guys to go down and hit that subscribe button, because a lot of you guys who watch these videos are not subscribed, and it would really help me out if you guys did. So here's another reminder: go down and hit that subscribe button. It really helped me out. Without further ado, let's get into the video. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about a fan favorite, apparently, because he has the most views on my reaction channel and I always get messages about him. So we're going to be talking about Lonzo Ball, and I have a feeling that this might be a long video because I've done a lot of research and I found a lot of interesting tidbits to share with you guys. So we're going to be talking about Lonzo Ball's season, this past season, I guess you could say now, since the NBA season basically is over now for the Pelicans. So real quick, let me just fill you guys in on like the conversations that go on about Lonzo Ball in case you don't already know. Usually there's one side who believes he's really good, and just because he doesn't score a lot of points, he's still a really good player. And then there's another side who believes, and those people just kind of like looking for something to like about him because he was popular coming out of college, you know, his dad, he's a likable guy, etc, etc. And before this season, I believe both sides kind of had a point in their argument, but this season I believe Lonzo Ball took a serious step forward, and I think he actually is now a really good player. I don't think anybody can deny that now. And now we can get into why Lonzo had such a good season this year. So in Lonzo's final season with the Lakers before being traded to the Pelicans, he averaged 9.9 points, 5.4 assists, 5.3 rebounds, shot 32.9% from 3 on 4.9 attempts, and shot a horrific 48.7 true shooting percentage. He was a fine defensive player, ranking 73rd in defensive box plus minus, but ranking 290th in offensive box plus minus. He was just a horrific offensive player, couldn't shoot, and even though his passing is something everybody marvels at, it just didn't impact the game very much. However, this season, playing in the Pelicans' fast-paced offense and spending the entire offseason reworking his shot, Lonzo saw big improvements on the offensive side, mainly shooting from deep. This season, Lonzo saw improvements across the board, averaging a career-high 12.4 points, 7.0 assists per game, 6.2 rebounds, 1.4 steals, shooting a career-high 38.3% from deep on 6.5 attempts, and a career-high true shooting percentage of 52.9. So right off the bat, the biggest reason for Lonzo's improvement on the offensive end is obviously his outside shooting. Lonzo spent a lot of time reworking his jump shot this offseason, and it really paid off. In his final season with the Lakers, he shot 31.8% on catch-and-shoot jumpers, 3.2 attempts per game. That's not very good at all. This season for the Pelicans, he shot 40% on catch-and-shoot threes on 4.4 attempts, 1.2 more attempts per game than he did the year prior, and he shot almost 10% higher. That is a drastic improvement, and he deserves a ton of credit for that. You don't see many players taking that big of a jump in one offseason. Along with this, he ranked 55th in defensive box plus minus and 92nd in offensive box plus minus, both of them being big jumps from last season. Along with that, he also ranked 79th in VORP, which is value above replacement player. Just to give you guys an idea of where that ranks amongst the NBA players, that's higher than Jaylen Brown, Lou Williams, and Ja Morant. So all those numbers suggest that Lonzo has made the jump this season into becoming a top 100 player. You can make the argument probably top 80, top 75 player in the NBA, which is a big jump from where he was last season, where most would have him outside the top 100, and probably a lot lower too. You can also see this in how the Pelicans performed with Lonzo on the court versus when he was off the court. The New Orleans Pelicans were 3.7 points better with Lonzo Ball on the court, which was the third most on-off difference of anyone on the team who played at least 1,000 minutes. The Pelicans' offense was 1.3 points better with Lonzo on the floor, and their defense was 2.4 points worse with Lonzo on the bench. The Pelicans also only had 4 players with a positive net rating on their team: Zion, Derek Favors, Jrue Holiday, and you guessed it, Lonzo Ball. And everybody knows that the future of the Pelicans is Zion Williamson. He's the future star of the NBA, the future face of the NBA. So you want to make sure your players fit well with him and play well with him. You want to know who played the most minutes next to Zion? Lonzo Ball. This duo played 437 minutes together. And in those 437 minutes, they outscored their opponent by 15.2 points. Of any duo that played at least 400 minutes for the Pelicans this year, that duo had the highest net rating on the entire team. So basically in all, Lonzo took a big step this year. He became a top 100 player according to the numbers, and the Pelicans were a much better team with him on the floor, and they actually outscored opponents with him on the floor. And to add on top of that, he fits the best and plays the best with their superstar player. However, there is one thing that Lonzo must improve on if he wants to become a really good player and a great player for the Pelicans. Well, actually two things. One, his free throw shooting has to get better. This year he shot 56% from the free throw line, which is actually a 15% improvement over last season, so that's actually going in the right direction. However, the next thing that Lonzo really must improve on is his ability to drive to the rim and finish at the rim. This season he only averaged 5.9 drives a game, which is just not very good if you want to be a main ball handler for your team. If you want to be a point guard and you want Lonzo to be your main point guard, you have to get to the rim more to create drive and kick opportunities. You just simply cannot be a lead guard in this NBA and not be able to create drive and kick opportunities for your team. And to make matters worse, Lonzo only shot 34.9% on these drives, which is not very good at all. And if you take into account turnovers, assists, and the times Lonzo scores himself on these drives only result in points 28.1% of the time, which is just horrific. However, Lonzo Ball did get better at finishing at the rim. His final season with the Lakers, he shot 59.6% from 0 to 3 feet from the rim. This season for the Pelicans, he shot 62%. So, to summarize it all, Lonzo took a big step this year. He became a top 100 player this year. His improvement from downtown is seriously remarkable. You don't see many players make that big of an improvement through one offseason. And the fact he spent all offseason reworking his jump shot instead of being stubborn like other players really is major props to him. He fits perfectly with Zion Williamson, which is the main core piece for the Pelicans moving into the future. And he seriously is one of the best passers I've ever seen live. I went to the Pistons game. As you guys know, I'm a Pistons writer. I'm a credential media member. And I was there for the Pelicans game at Little Caesars Arena. And I gotta tell you, I absolutely loved watching Lonzo play. I tweeted about it during the game. But seriously, watching Lonzo play the game of basketball and the passes he makes and the way he orchestrates an offense is seriously beautiful. I'm not even joking. I loved watching it. However, even with all these improvements Lonzo made, which are legit improvements, he is not going to be able to become a great player or take that next big step unless he improves on being able to get to the rim and finish at the rim and create drive and kick opportunities for his team. Seriously, in this NBA, you must be able to do drive and kick opportunities. Everything's about pace and space. Everything's about the three shot. Everything's about layups. If you can't create those opportunities for your team at a high level, you can't be a lead ball handler for your team. So that is the next step for Lonzo. And if he can make that step at getting to the rim and creating opportunities for his teammates beyond the three-point line, he seriously will become a great player instantly. And that's all I've got for you guys today. If you guys liked the video, make sure you guys give me a thumbs up down below. And like I said earlier, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. A lot of you guys who watch these videos are not subscribed, so it really helped me out if you guys hit that subscribe button. So go ahead, once again, another reminder, hit that subscribe button down below. And lastly, make sure you guys go ahead and check out my reaction channel. I'll put the link to that in the description down below. I'll be reacting to NFL, NBA content, anything you guys want me to react to. You guys can go ahead and send me a message or comment down one of my videos on that channel and I'll be sure to get to it. Okay, seriously, this is really the last thing, but this is some really good news. I have something special coming for you guys tomorrow, I believe. It's a new thing I'm working on. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. It's a really good project, really cool project. I have someone helping me that's going to be joining me on there. I can't say anything else. I want to be a surprise, but I really think you guys are going to love this. It's going to be probably coming to you guys tomorrow, so make sure you guys stay tuned and watch that when it comes out. And that's all I've got for you guys today, and until my next video, I'll see you guys later. Peace out, y'all.